What's up, BoobTube? Josh here today, and we're finally going to disassemble the motor, the donor motor for the PP motor. As you can see, I already got the flywheel and counterweight off and everything else. That was like a 2-day ordeal by itself to get that off, so I didn't film any of it because I didn't want to have to fill up my computer and everything else with a whole bunch of me dabbling around trying to get it off. So did that. This is probably going to be a time-lapse video, and I'll throw some sort of music onto it so it, it's not boring to watch. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started here, and you stick around and see what's up. It should be pretty easy. Hopefully it's not too hard. Most of the stuff should come off pretty easily. It's been sitting in some shop somewhere. But all right, let's dig into it. Alright, BoobTube. So, if you followed along this far, you can see how much where I'm at with the motor, at least. And yeah, I saw some interesting things that I'm not used to, like the center iron here has a I don't even know what it is. It's full of carbon. I don't know. Assume it has something to do with the exhaust. Maybe that might be where the whatchamacallit, the air pump blows back into the intake and so forth. But yeah, it's pretty nasty. So at this point, I'm ready to start pulling the actual keg apart. I'm gonna pull the electronic distributor off, and then it should be about ready to come apart. Hopefully there's not an ass load of oil in it. I turned it up and wasn't expecting any in it, and there happened to be some in it. So next is the super duper long bolts in the back of the block. And oh no, can't do any of that first. I got to take the oil pan off. So gotta take the oil pan, and then I can do the other shit. So yeah, so I got to do that first. But all right, so let's get to it. All right, BoobTube. Gonna stop here for the day. I actually have to go mow the yard, and yeah, so everything is off the motor and ready to come apart. There's some stuff on the intake, that way too many bolts holding the intake on. That took me forever. It took me longer to do that than anything else. But yeah, made a nice big mess for some kitty litter. Get all my important stuff that I'm going to reuse separated out from the junk that's going to go in my parts bin. And yeah, except for the pulley, I'm going to reuse that. I don't think I'm going to run a thermal pellet. Don't think I'm going to run the thermal pellet in the actual eccentric shaft, since this is pretty much going to be a track car, so I should never have to worry about oil temp not coming up to temperature. I'd much rather not have it in there than have it in there and it fail and get stuck closed and burn the motor up. So yeah, other than that, these are actually pretty easy to disassemble compared to, you know, a big motor or a piston engine. So still got a little ways to go, but that'll be next time probably, which hopefully is later this weekend, depending on how much how much I can get done and how much I'm not having to work on other things. But yeah, so if you like this video, give it a like. All that YouTube bullshit, and remember guys, happy wrapping. What's up guys? Decided to go ahead and finish this up tonight instead of waiting until tomorrow. All I have left to do is to turn the motor up vertically and start unstacking it. So I figured I might as well go ahead and do that, and hopefully I've caught most of the oil that's going to run out of it. But anyways, I'm going to do that, and yeah, that should be the end of this video, hopefully. From there on, it'll be cleaning everything, painting everything, and ordering a rebuild kit and stacking it back together with the PP port stuff once I get the dev comment. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I got the motor disassembled. The iron looks alright other than the groove right here. I don't know, that's pretty bad. I don't know if that's going to be usable, but and at some point this thing got hot because it looks like it's got the stop leak in it, unless that's just grit and grub that has settled in the motor from it sitting without, you know, the coolant system being closed off. But not really sure. I mean, overall it looks good. The housings look good, like they're definitely reusable. No bad scarring on anything or anything like that, so they look great. The irons look to be all right, but definitely wasn't a hard driven motor because it's got a carbon ring all the way around the outside of the motor. So it yeah, it was definitely putted around. Somebody pussyfooted it. Stationary gears look good. The bearings in them look good. The eccentric shaft looks good. I'm not quite sure if it's supposed to have that heat ring in it like that, or unless Mazda heat treated these. If not, then that's definitely because it got hot at some point. But the surfaces look good. They're nice and smooth. Take a paper towel and so they're not scarred up or anything. I mean, there's a little wear, but that's to be expected from, you know, a motor that's got no telling X amount of miles on it. I have no idea. See if this one's got the heat treat look to it. it does. So that must be a factory thing. But anyways, got the motors disassembled. I'm gonna label them front and rear. That way I know come back apart. So these are C balanced rotors, it looks like. Well, that one's C. That one's got C on it. Well, there's S and S. I don't know. Whatever. They're the same rotors. They're out of the same motor. So I had to really do some balancing on this one. This one not so much. This one looks all right. This one I had to shit and bounce all over the place. But anyways, I'm gonna end the video here today, guys. I got a lot of video footage to edit and upload, and then I get to start working on that because I've got that in, so those repairs can start. And then yeah, then we'll be on to building the motor. I'm gonna have a buddy come and look at it that builds motors all the time. Let him tell me if it looks good or not. Again, this is a race motor, so if he's like, I wouldn't build that for a street car because of the wear, but it's a race motor, so send it. I'm probably gonna send it because yeah, those are wore out and wore out. So you know, it is what it is. But yeah, if you like the video, be sure to like it and do all the YouTube bullshit. And until next time, guys, remember, happy brapping.